My dear friends, this is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. And today, if you don't mind, I would very much like to continue on with the 31 days of gangster films and police films from the year 1970 to the present day. And it is my hope that this can afford us, you and me, my dear friends, with the opportunity to be able to speak about as many films as possible over the course of these 31 days in the context of these genres respectively, the police film genre and the gangster film genre. I think so many films to choose from, but for purposes of today, specifically this video, I'd like to focus in on the police film genre. And I have a work that is described as being from 1973. This is an utterly thrilling work. It is a gritty work. It is a work that is dealing with cops, New York cops, a special unit which is involves maybe going above and beyond, bending the rules of law enforcement to handle these very maybe specialized and even quite dangerous circumstances that also involve dealings with the mafia and the mob, and also some intrigue and mystery about kidnappings and counterfeit, and also various plots and hidden agendas and informants, and what these cops in the special unit that are able to maybe use what might be called somewhat excessive means in order to get what it is they are trying to get after, their goals or achievement of their goals, what it is they are willing to do, what it is they are also forced to do, and what it is they are confronted by in terms of the various actions of violence and intimidation that are thrown against them, how they will respond. And my goodness, they respond and then some in this work. It is, as I indicate, it's a work that's described as being released in 1973, and we have among its really exciting cast people like Richard Lynch, Larry Haynes, Tony LoBianco, Bill Hickman, and Roy Scheider. It stars Roy Scheider. And we have music by Don Ellis, and this is from director Philip D'Antoni. And I'm speaking of this film, which is The 7-Ups. The 7-Ups. We have this film story from Sonny Grosso, and we have at the star this features Roy Scheider in this really larger than life role as part of this New York City police unit. And the 7-Ups title comes into significance here in terms of what this unit is willing to do and what it is capable of doing in order to try to bring down some very high-level criminals. And in that pursuit, or in those pursuits, they come across, or they are intersecting with this complex web of informants and kidnapping and assassination and the like, and betrayal. And these mysteries lead to mysteries, which also lead to very dire and in some cases very deadly circumstances that confront Roy Scheider and his crew, and how they will react, and how they will try to respond to the mystery, and how they will try to enter or engage with this world that is very dangerous, that has a lot of criminal elements, that has a lot of secrets, that has a lot of mysteries, that has this gritty New York feel and edge to it of New York of the 1970s. It is all here in such great style and display. Philip D'Antoni, and also added by a lot of atmospheric stylings in terms of the look and feel and the sound. Don Ellis, for example, bringing in some very eerie jazz has score atmospherics that really enhance almost the scary, spooky quality, as well as really invigorating the deadly seriousness, as well as the taut, tense nature of the action sequences, as well as also reflecting almost the psychological natures of these characters and how they are themselves very much, as I say, larger than life. And I must really emphasize, for example, the great performance from the great actor, Roy Scheider. He gives here a very almost unexpected turn himself. Maybe there are moments where he does things that are quite unusual and unexpected and so perfect for his character, and it really is suggestive of almost a volatile, hot-headed nature, while also very much focused in on trying to capture or trying to catch these criminals for whatever crimes that they are committing or suspected for committing, as well as getting back or trying to get even at those antagonists that have done him wrong or done wrong to his crew in one way or another. So we see a very intense and almost volatile aspect to the character that Roy Scheider plays, and it's done so well and so effectively, and that also adds to a sense of involvement on our part, the viewer's part, as we are watching and engaged and seeing all these levels expose themselves and lead to further avenues of intrigue, as well as avenues of action and mayhem and chaos. And that is where another great aspect of this film comes in. There are some really gritty scenes. There are some really gritty scenes and some spooky scenes involving double cross and betrayal between, say, certain plots that are hatched, and maybe how those are affecting the mob or the criminal underworld of New York in the 1970s. That is part of this direct plot action. So that's one aspect. So that's shot in a very effective and oftentimes chilling way, and that is one source of the tension. Another source of the tension and the suspense and excitement, the enthralling excitement, is through the action scenes. And the action levels are through the roof. This is very famous for, this film is very famous for a lot of things, and one of the things that it is famous for is its action set pieces. And films like this have thrilling chase scenes, car chase scenes, and my goodness, there are some nail-biting, suspenseful, and off-the-charts, entertaining, and so edge of your seat, fantastic action sequences here. Let me put it that way. And so you are in for a treat indeed if you enjoy gritty New York police crime thrillers that have their shares and doses of off the wall, off the charts action chase sequences and intense, say, scenes of intimidation as well as confrontation. This film, The Seven Ups, is for you. This is a real delight of a film. I remember when I first saw this film, I caught up with it rather late in my life, but when I did, I was stunned by it. I was it had an echo, and as I said, there was a creepiness to it, as well as engaging with this gritty nature of the police force. Again, the special unit with Roy Scheider and company, and how they are going at their business in this almost in-your-face way, but that in-your-face way is also confronted by the antagonists that are also very much in your face. And so this type of intense antagonism leading to really intense confrontation is one of the reasons that I was left stunned when I first saw it. And I'm a great fan of the work of Roy Scheider. And as I mentioned before, this is a film that, for me, was another great example of the different aspects of the performance style of Roy Scheider. I mean, throughout his filmography as an actor, he plays different roles so well and so effectively. And here is another great example of that. I mentioned too the stunt work and the chase sequences. I should mention the appearance both in front and behind the camera screen of William Bill Hickman. And so this is also a very significant contribution. And when we're talking about the stunts and action sequences and the chase sequences, again, set against the backdrop of gritty New York in the 1970s. I mean, this is the stuff of police films, is it not? This is one of the greats. And if you haven't seen this film yet, and you are a fan of this gritty New York crime, action, suspense, police genre film, this film has it all for you. It really does. A number of people, or indeed a lot of critical assessment, brings attention to the fact that this could be seen as a type of spiritual follow-up, not necessarily a direct sequel per se, but as a type of spiritual follow-up to another film from this era, which is called The French Connection. And there are indeed a number of connections that can be made between the Seven Ups and the French Connection. So I guess suffice to say that if you are a fan of a film like The French Connection, and you want to see a similar type of action style that is captured here, while also maybe showing maybe different facets or different approaches and different maybe lenses through which this type of story can be told, I think the work, The Seven Ups, is certainly for you. You will love this film, The Seven Ups. And so as I say, when I saw it, I was knocked off my feet, and I continue to feel that way every time I see it. I am just, it's so tense. I mean, my fingers curl unintentionally because it's just so much tension and that tension and the release leads to this feeling of exhilaration and a feeling totally entertained. This is a thoroughly entertaining film from start to finish, and it is a fine example of the police film genre. Again, this is one of the best. This is one of the most exciting, and so if you haven't seen it, you are in for a real treat. This is the work from 1973, and it is The Seven Ups. Okay, my dear friends, so that's it for now, and so until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great movies. Thank you so much, as always, for your time. I very much appreciate it. Stay strong, stay safe, and cheers.